Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Assassin's Creed 3. Spirit Raton Hakaton. Or as he's called now, Connor.
Roll out half sail. Half sail, men!
We're on our boat, guys. We get a boat!
I want everything. Loosen to full sail!
I'm loving this. Dead shipyard. So I'm guessing we'll practice our cannons here.
To half sail! Looks like a British frigate with half seas over. Should do nicely for a spotted target practice. Bring around broadside, and when all guns are on target, call fire.
Okay. Hold it and release to fire the cannon.
Let
Line the camera with the other side.
done, boy. Now, aim all guns at the bow and do as much damage as possible.
Hold until charged and release the fire.
Fire broadside!
Okay.
Good. Now give the swivel guns a turn. More precise. Hit those old powder barrels and light up the sky.
Fire the swivels. Nice, nice. You forgot the V part.
You are a fast learner.
Provided something interests me.
Ah, getting a taste for the open sea, are we? We'll make a jack tar out of you yet. Now we should be getting back. The old man is like to have my hide for keeping you out so long. Deploy to half sail. Take it to half sail. Let's fly full sail. Full sail. Go get that wind.
You gonna teach me about travel mode?
Gunboats are above.
Why is he shooting at us?
Destroying property of the crown, disturbing the king's peace, take your pick.
What do we do?
Naught else but to fight back. Sink the bastard. They landed that shot. He needs use the swivels on him. Reloaded, yes, sir.
I didn't need to do that, so same.
Ready, sir. Get out of this headwind, Captain. No sail. Bind up those sails. No sail.
And boom. Suck it.
English frigates!
I used two
Big
swivels.
Twaffles, another one. Where in the bloody hell did she come from? On my mark! And fire! And fire! Ready, sir! On my mark!
You know how that's kind of fun in this day and time. I think we're at range. What you aiming for, buddy?
Change course, sir. Wind's in our face.
Ah, I need to take cover. That's bad. No! Oh, you idiotas.
Give me everything. Full sail.
Give her everything full cells. I'm just gonna have to take that one full. Race when attacked.
Carry on, sailor. Not bad for your first voyage, eh, boy? Now we best be getting back, or the old man'll have my guts for garters.
Aye, Lottie. Aye, Lossie? Not Lottie. Or Lossie. They're neither of those. New painting is available at the manor. Ah, this isn't too bad. I like this. It actually seems quite smooth.
I got 'em! All of 'em! You get what I need, and I'll give 'em to you. Simple. You got a ship. Could find 'em all to boot.
Who is that man?
Him? Some old salt always on about letters he's got from Captain Kidd. Nonsense, really, but he doesn't hurt no one, so I'll leave him be. Talk to him if you fancy, but be warned he'll chew your ear off. Anyway, the Aquila's here for you. If you should get a pang for the open sea, we'll be waiting. Now, I implore you to head up the hill before the old man comes out of retirement just for me.
Oh no, I stayed up past curfew.
Weeks. And not even a goodbye before you
Oh,
left.
dang. Oh, punishment
Sorry.
time.
Well, what are you waiting for?
Three weeks, jeez.
Put them on.
Don't watch me change, man. Well, you didn't.
Once upon a time, we had a ceremony on such occasions. But I don't think either of us are really the type for that. You've your tools and training, your targets and goals. And now you have your title. Welcome to the Brotherhood, Connor.
Sequence 5 complete. I get to keep my necklace, cool.
Welcome back, Desmond. You'll be happy to hear there's actually good news for once.
Yeah?
I've managed to locate a power source, and it's relatively close by. Up for a trip to Manhattan?
Is it safe to leave? Abstergo's gotta be looking for us.
Obviously it's not safe. Can't exactly sit around here hoping to get lucky, though, can we? We need that power source. Besides, I'm sure you can cook up some way to hide our movements.
Maybe. The Templars have access to all kinds of satellites and camera systems. We'll need to find a way to mask our digital signature. I can probably camouflage the van, too. But there's not much I can do for us.
That's an easy one.
Amazing. Ineffective.
Local utility companies have assured the public that they're completely prepared for the upcoming solar maximum. Disruptions to service are expected to be minimal.
If only they knew.
What's this?
A remote-operated camera. It'll provide us with a feed while you're on mission. This will let us talk to each other.
We're almost there, so listen up. The artifact is in an office penthouse in Lower Manhattan. At this time of night, direct infiltration is going to get you noticed. I think we're better off having you drop in from above.
What do you mean above?
That's a parachute, isn't it? No? Maybe it's just my backpack. Different kind of one.
You hear me? Testing. Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Yep, reach you just fine. Now why don't you power up the camera?
That's cool.
Running diagnostics. Perfect. I've got a nice, strong signal. Just a heads up. There's no elevator access from here on out. You'll have to get up there the old-fashioned way.
There we go. I can do the V. The V. I can do the V. The V.
Oh, don't hold still. That's a lovely view.
Seriously, Sean? Fuck you.
That's how we show our affection for Sean. He's a good guy. Or as I like to call him, Shawnee boy. I think we're younger than him though. Why would you put a hole right there? What's wrong with you? Seriously. Who puts a hole right there? I don't understand. I don't understand the logic behind that. Is this so you can like take an elevator up there or something? I would feel very uncomfortable on an elevator without bars. Also, this looks insane. This looks incredible. You can see the traffic moving down there. Good thing I have practice. Otherwise, this would be really, really rough. Grab onto the wire, man. I'm sure it'll be fine. Oh, that's a sketch one.
Jesus.
Look on the bright side. No security to worry about.
And on the not so bright side, the slightest misstep means you're effectively paced.
Shut up, Sean.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna keep going around in circles. Oh, I thought for a second I made a misstep.
Almost there, Desmond. Once you reach the top of the lit-up crane, you should be high enough to make the jump.
Should?
It'll be fine, don't worry.
Well, you might want to worry a little. I'm pretty sure she was high when she was running the numbers.
Sean!
A joke. It was a joke. Or was it?
Well, unfortunately I don't have access to that hatch, so I'm going up the old-fashioned way. Climb, climb, climb. Oh, there's a hole. I love you, hole. Not like I needed you. I don't need holes.
Jump when you're ready, but wait for my signal to open the chute. Timing's really important here. Too soon or too late, and you'll miss the building. Now! Open your chute, now!
Oh, that was a little concerning. Took a moment. This is very nicely made. I really enjoy this. Where's the parachute going? That's not our problem. The world's gonna end. Toss the backpack over the edge or hide it somewhere We'll take him along. It won't matter. It won't matter.
That wasn't so bad.
So, you must be Desmond. Not exactly what I expected, but I guess your kind doesn't have many options these days.
Who are you?
Ask your father. Now give me that.
I don't think so.
He has a gun.
Look, I'm not supposed to kill you, but the boss man didn't say anything about fucking you up. So you got to the counter.
Don't use the power source. It might damage on his ugly face.
So who the hell is Daniel Cross?
Believe it or not, he used to be an assassin. The assassin, the way I've heard it told, but it turned out he was a sleeper agent for Abstergo, programmed to infiltrate and destroy the organization.
How did he know you were there? We could be compromised.
They must have caught me snooping inside their network and sent Cross to see what we were after. If they were aware of our current location, we'd know. Though, I will say this. Doesn't bode very well for future expeditions.
I've set up some cameras topside. If anyone shows up, we'll see it.
I'd suggest you go see about finding a socket for that power source. Or we can return to Connor if you prefer. All the artifacts in the world won't mean a thing without the key.
I am going to do this. I'm not just gonna ignore this. I want to find them. Oh, hello.
I know everyone thinks I'm being silly, but I can't shake the feeling we're being watched.
The ones who came before.
We are being watched.
Yes.
By Juno. Or some version of her.
Do you think it's a recording? Or is she a ghost? Or something else? Is she talking to us the way Minerva talked to Ezio?
No clue. I mean, who knows what else they were working on down here? There's still so many rooms we don't have access to.
But do you think she's like literally down here, waiting somewhere, still alive?
Still alive? That's mental. That means she'd be at least 75, 80,000 years old? No, powerful, yeah, but not that powerful.
They came down here looking for a way to survive. Maybe they found one. Was it weird seeing Cross?
What do you mean?
It's different for you. You don't know about what happened, I guess. For a long time, he was important to us. He was a different person.
Sean said he was a sleeper agent. Like Lucy.
It was different. She made a choice, but Cross, if you read the files, Abstergo just... They did terrible things to him.
Rebecca?
You're lucky. We all are. We have people who care about us, who look out for us. He was all alone, and the people he thought he could trust, they used him.
Did you know him?
No, but I knew Hannah.
Who's that?
She tried to help him. She trusted him. But there was a raid about a year ago. She stayed behind so the others could escape. Tried to reason with him, to see if she could fix things.
Well, what happened?
What do you think happened? He killed her. That's what he does. That's all he knows how to do. Sometimes it seems like that's all any of us know how to do.
So yeah.
Rebecca.
I just want to be alone right now.
Is your hand okay? Seems to have gone the wrong way. Pretty sure Sean is always up here. You know, there's our father. Yay.
Son, I owe you an apology. I shouldn't have lashed out like that. You have to understand, I've never been very good at this. Never mind that we live rather extraordinary lives.
Yeah, I kinda liked my ordinary one.
You can't escape who you are, Desmond.
So I've noticed.
Look, it's silly for us to go back and forth like this. I admit, I did a shitty job raising you. I apologize, I'm sorry. But it's important you understand it didn't come from a bad place. You're my son. I love you.
I love you too, Dad.
I guess I was so busy trying to make sure nothing bad happened, I didn't consider the consequences. Truce.
I can't believe it's taken me so long to ask, but... how's Mom? She's not...
No. Your mother is fine. We decided it was safer if we split up for this job.
Always assuming the worst.
For good reason.
I can't believe it's taken me so long to ask,
Oh,
but...
no. Oh, I
how's
did
Mom?
break away. My bad.
She's not...
No. Your mother is fine. We decided it was safer if we split up for this job.
Always assuming the worst.
For good reason.
Can I at least say hi to her?
I'm sorry, it's too risky. Maybe when we're done.
Right. When we're done.
Are we gonna die?
Have we ever tried to make peace with the Templars?
Duh.
Throughout our history, there have been moments. Several, in fact. But... it's impossible. There are existential differences, insurmountable. If there were to be unity, it wouldn't be a truce so much as a submission.
But knowing what's about to happen, wouldn't it make sense to try and talk to Vidic? Come to an arrangement, even if it's only temporary?
We'd all be so busy watching our backs, nothing would get accomplished. Imagine that. We're more productive at war.
Well, have we ever tried sending in someone? Doing to them what they did to us with Lucy? Or Cross?
We have, and it's never worked. We've sent people who were either too weak and found themselves turned, or too strong and were unable to carry out the charade.
I just feel like we all want the same thing.
We use the same words, but that's all they are, words. In the end, it all comes down to freedom. We seek it, they detest it. And so there's never an end to the fight. Not until one side is completely gone.
Is that even possible?
Probably not. Our two groups have existed in one form or another since, well, since forever. But things can be better than they are. And that's something.
Can we, like, run around and, like, access that bridge?
Did you look for me, Dad?
Oh, dang it.
When I was gone.
So much text with him.
Every day.
Come on.
I mean it. Every night I'd look, searching for your name or variations of it, hoping you'd slip up. Abstergo only found you first because they had better access. A few more days and it would have been me.
Well, I'm here now.
And I'm glad.
Do you think Lucy regretted what she was doing?
I used to think I knew her well, but clearly that wasn't the case. So I really can't give you an honest answer.
She seemed so sincere, though. Like she really wanted to make a difference.
Yes, well, when I first met him, I thought the same thing about Cross.
They're programmed.
It
It's
just
not
keeps
their fault.
happening over and over again.
What does?
Everything.
Don't get weird on me, Desmond.
No, it's fine.
I was born
I'm
weird.
fine. Don't worry.
All right, then. You should think about getting back in the Animus. We've got to find that key. We should probably get back to Connor.
Okay. Well, you do that. I will find a place to slide this in. And then I'll speak to what's his face over there. Oh yay, more.
In the beginning, when we thought we could be saved, we sought to face the sun's wrath and contain it. 4 towers would be built to pull her fury into this place and dispel it. But even with all we knew, with all we had, it would take too long. 1,000 years we could labor and still the work would not be done. The first tower was never completed. The project abandoned. We moved on. But while we labored on other endeavors, a few returned. They thought to automate the process. Metal might finish what flesh could not.
Okay, interesting. Oh, these are lights. This isn't a place to plug it in. Doot. How are you guys when it comes to dooting? Dooting.
If we could not meet the sun's cruel embrace, perhaps we might rebuke it. Already we could generate the fields to protect us in times of strife. But these were small and simple things. To replicate them on a scale the size of a world. We lack the energy to make it so. Half the world, they said then. It is better than none at all. We tried. Again, we failed. A quarter, they asked. Even this we could not do. A sixth, an eighth, a tenth, they cried. The answer was still the same. Perhaps in time a city might be spared. But it was time we did not have. So we moved on.
Ooh. Okay. Alright. Can I,
Wonder what's inside.
I'm sorry,
One way to
Rebecca,
find
but
out.
you can't dismantle these, okay? You won't know how to put them back together. Probably. Yeah, I did it. I did it. I did it. Oh, before we head back into the Animus, we should... I'm not going to go into that door yet. That's where the next power source will be, most likely. So I'll do that once we get the next one. Well, I should probably do that now, actually.
Desmond, there you are. Can I ask a favor?
Maybe.
When this is all over, I'd like to try turning the dial back on the Animus. Like, all the way back. To the time of the first civilization.
You think it would work?
There was no real loss of fidelity when you visited Altair. Then again, that was about 1,000 years ago, and I'm looking at going back at least 70,000 more.
Sure, I'd be up for it. It'd be interesting to see what things were like back then.
Excellent. I think it would prove most enlightening. So this is how it started.
What are you up to?
Just brushing up on my American history. Well, I say history. They certainly teach you strange things in the States.
Like what?
Well, for all the talk of this being a revolutionary war, it was a civil one. Well, not that kind of civil. I mean, there was no America versus Britain. It was Brit on Brit action. And you can clearly see how the whole thing got started. One war gave birth to the other.
You mean the 7 Years' War?
Exactly. Seems the Crown overspent in its attempt to keep the French out, wound up with a great deal of debt. Believing that the colonists should help to shoulder the burden, new taxes were created. It was a reasonable request, even if Parliament was rather, well, undiplomatic about it.
Well, it's not really fair to tax people for a war they didn't want any part of.
What? Didn't want any part of? Did you not notice George Washington with Edward Braddock? He was right there in the middle of it. So here you have the Crown spending who knows how much money to secure a place for the colonists to thrive, and then, when they ask for a little bit of help... Right, look, think of it this way. King George and the colonists, they all go out to dinner, right? And when the bill comes, George asks for them to kick in and pay their share. Fair enough. But keep in mind, he's been taking them out to dinner gratis for decades now. The colonists, oh no, they insist they only had a glass of water and a side salad. Never mind the table's full of half-eaten food and empty bottles of wine. Now when the king points this out, what do the colonists do? Oh, they flip the table over and they storm out the restaurant. Probably intending to return later and burn it down.
You left out the part where the king pointed a gun at the colonists and asked them to cover dinner for everyone in the restaurant.
Right, yeah, interesting take. If he pulled out a gun, and I'm not sure he did, it would only have been after the 100th failed attempt at getting them to pay their fair share.
But how do you define someone's fair share?
Oh, well, with a war, apparently. I wonder how many other places like this exist.
There are dozens of them, all over the world.
And somehow no one's ever found one before us.
I don't think that's true.
Oh?
When I was at Abstergo, Vidic talked about silencing discoveries made by non-Templars. And I'm sure Abstergo has dug up plenty.
The things they must know.
Regretting throwing in with us?
No. Just looking forward to when we can finally trounce those bastards so I can dive into their archives. Oh, I think I found a lead on another power source. Later, Desmond. I'm in the middle of something very important right now. Just, that's a rule. Just follow that as a rule.
Alright, so, to those wondering, why don't we just actually bring in equipment to skirt around this? As you can see, this gate isn't well, it doesn't go all the way around. I'm guessing Juno will not give you access to her, to the, whatever is back there, if you just skirt around. Also, here's this.
What is a fact? Is it fixed? Immutable? Certain in its existence and only awaiting discovery? Or might it be changed? Here we learned the answer, and thought that it might save us. They were used to command, to control, to own. But we soon discovered another use. When enough sat in thrall and were told to believe, their thoughts took on form. What was imagined became real. If 100 minds could wish away a wall or create a tree, what might 1,000 do? 10,000? More? Might we change the consensus and will the threat away? We resolved to send one into the sky where it might illuminate us all. Once placed, a sentence would be uttered. Make us safe. In this way, we would change the consensus. We would save the world. But it never came to be. We sent a dozen of them skyward, but there was no way to maintain control, to direct the beam, to enthrall the world, to speak the words. Though this was strange and dangerous, what we tried next was worse.
Alright. Doot. Doot. Do you like dooting? Okay, let me leave it there. Let's head back into the MS. We don't have the other power source, so I just want to see a little look at that. Let's get back in, and I don't know. This looks like that is just a power source area. All right.
Good luck, Desmond.
These are troubled times. The already uneasy alliance between the Crown and its subjects frays. And behind them both the Templars plot, pulling strings and moving pieces. History dictates they seek order through control. But how will they affect it here? Who supports them? And what conspiracies have they already spun?
Connor!
All these things
Spare
I
a
must
moment.
determine. Of course. For only by knowing my
Have a
enemy
look.
can I hope to stop them. What is it?
Xingbao, or rope dart if you prefer. One of the many plans given to us by Xiao Yun to...
Sorry.
We'll have to work on this.
Ganondogo,
Yes, my friend.
what brings you here? Is the village all right?
For now,
What do you mean? What has happened?
men came, claiming we had to leave. They said that the land was being sold, and that the Confederacy had consented. We sent an envoy, but they would not listen.
You must refuse!
We cannot oppose the Sachem, but you're right as well. We cannot give up our home.
Do you have a name? Do you know who is responsible?
He's called William Johnson,
Where is Johnson now?
in Boston, making preparations for the sale.
Sale! This is theft!
Connor, take care. These men are powerful.
What would you have me do? I made a promise to my people.
If you insist upon this course of action, seek out Sam Adams in Boston. He'll be able to help. What have you done?
When my people go to war, a hatchet is buried into a post to signify its start. When the threat is ended, the hatchet is removed.
You could have used a tree.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, wow, don't damage that, man. You like to play dice with the old man. Alright guys, I'm going to end the episode here today. Only about 30 minutes or so. But, as usual, I would like to thank you all for watching. And I hope to see you all again next time for when we do some naval missions, probably, if I remember.